It's spinning. There we are.
Spinning.
We're
Yay.
spinning.
Welcome, everyone. We're live. We are live and live with you. Thank you for joining us for Ghost Stories, Tales of the Spirit World. I feel like we should have like an intro music.
Yeah, next time. Next
Yeah.
year.
I'm Cassie Summers. If you don't know me, I'm here with two wonderful women. Linda Rizzoli. She is a certified Talk to the Entities facilitator. So my beautiful friend, Chris Rostek. Is that not the best mug you've ever seen?
This is actual accreditation of being a Talk to the Entities facilitator.
Yes.
I love it.
It's a gift from Cassie. I'm just kidding.
I was like, I think it should be though. That's pretty,
I think it should
pretty
be,
amazing. I was like, just put my mug to shame.
Your
It's like, man.
So
Mug
as
envy.
you can tell, we take ghosts very seriously
Very
and very
seriously.
significantly. No, actually, what if we could have fun with ghosts, the spirit world, and all of that? And that's what we're here today to do, is to explore that with you guys, and kind of engage with this whole magic.
Yeah.
Yay. So we did ask people to write in with their ghost stories a couple weeks ago. We had some fantastic stories. We've been doing a few of these in a series. And do we want to start? Just get right into the ghost stories?
Let's just get right into it. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Okay, Chris, will you read it for us?
Okay, excuse my clogged sinuses here. This one comes from Jessica in Germany. This is a few years ago in the vibrant heart of New Orleans. My partner and I were buzzing with excitement as we prepared for a night of live music and friendly faces. Suddenly, one woman in the group caught my eye. With an unnatural twist, she turned her head impossibly far, her pitch black eyes locking onto us with a fearsome stare. I tried to dismiss the encounter, thinking I must have imagined it, until my partner broke the silence. Did you see her? He asked, his face pale. I could only. Oh, that word's missing, sorry. I could only reply with a nod. The laughter that had once filled the air now felt hollow as we hurried away, desperately trying to shake off the dark energy that lingered like a shadow. Well, a little darker than the other ones we've had, but
Yeah.
I think this is something that I really want to dig into as far as entities, because I think I mentioned in the last call, it's something that I grew up with a lot of like fear around because of all of the like scary experiences I had growing up. So
Yeah, I don't think you're the only one. I have, in between our last live and this one, had some different people like kind of pull me aside and share their stories. And they had they had fear around that, left that dark energy that our storyteller mentioned in their share.
mhm.
Wow. So what, as the Talk Dandies facilitator, Linda, like, and I know we're not giving away the class or anything, but what is something when people have that, like, I'm just too, like, yeah, maybe I could use the tools, but I don't even want to look at this. Like, it's so terrifying to me because of experiences they've had. What is something that
Mhm.
we could offer those people?
Um, Boy. Well, we have, like, this is our Talk to the Entities manual. This is not what we're digging into like in an intro class, but we have pages and pages of really specific tools to empower you for each and every situation that you're meeting. What I have found personally, which I know maybe not everybody's ready for, and maybe not everybody wants, and it actually even took me a while to get there. So let's just share this and see what happens. Um, is that I found as I got stronger and stronger, both with people who had bodies and people who didn't have bodies, I got more and more confident in both situations, and I knew how to deal with beings more confidently with less fear and more choice. Like I wasn't reacting like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? This person is behind me in traffic and honking their horn, or I have this sense of this dark shadow in the hallway. Both of those situations, I was able to just be present and grab tools to at least try to deal with it. Like I'd try something and see if it worked. See if
That's
things got lighter.
Yeah. That's
I think
so
that would
great.
be nice. No, I was just saying, I think that would be nice. Like that's what I'm looking to get out of the class is, yeah, some tools on how to navigate those moments, because, you know, trying to hide or just, you know, turn on a light and just, you know, until the panic goes away isn't really working for me.
Yeah.
I'm sort of over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's just such a sense of there's so many things that we're talking about here. It's not a one size fits all answer.
Yeah.
It's your own capacity to stay present and try some stuff, make some choices and see what happens. Is what I think the gift has been. I mean, I've done that with people with bodies. I've tried some stuff and been like, ooh, that did not work. Same with entities. Oh, that is not what I wanted to happen right there. I got to try something else. Yeah. And also, I've had some people in my life who are huge gifts, who just no longer really appreciated me. This is a lot, but appreciated me being pathetic. They were like not interested in me when I was like, oh, I don't know what to do here. I'm so scared. They would just kind of like say, okay, cool. I'm going to go talk to somebody else because I want to let you just stay there, deal with that. If that's how you want to live your life, I'm going to move on. I'm not even going to feed the energy that you're pathetic, Linda, because I know that's not true about you. And I've been very rewarded in my life for being a little bit pathetic. It got people to really, yeah.
And what an interesting thing to overcome, because when you get rewarded for that, and then you're like, well, that's what I want to slip into when I want extra like attention or affection or whatever, right? And then then it's like to choose to not go there.
Yeah.
When you know the rewards there.
Yeah. Just like one really clear example is when I was little, I remember when I was sick, my mom would cover us with her long, fancy coats that she would wear to church, and they would smell like lipstick, and they would have like a crumpled tissue that she might carry in her pocket, and she would make us eggnogs. And my mom, like, she just wasn't affectionate in that way. She cared for us in a different way. So it was when we got that kind of tender affection, it's like, oh, well, being weak, being kind of, that's where I get rewarded and I get paid attention to. So when I had people in my life who were like, no, we're not interested in that part of you, Linda. We want the freaking badass part of you to step up. Whew, then I had to step up. Well, no, I got to choose. I got to choose to step up.
Yeah.
They showed me something else was possible.
So is that something you've seen works best with spirit world communication, is like that step up energy, that being the boss, that kind of like...
Oh yeah, you've got to step up. They will stay and talk to the entities. Like, you've got to be the most dominant entity in your own life.
Yeah.
So we were talking, I'm staying downtown Kelowna. It's a really busy area. I'm in a hotel. There's drug addicts around. We were talking about my night last night, and I slept like a baby, except when I would wake up in like kind of with this terror. And then I'd just be like, oh my gosh, okay. I wouldn't I just be like, okay, back off, guys. It's, just my awareness, and I just go back to sleep.
Yeah.
You don't even have to deal with all of this stuff. It's not like you're the slave of the entity world and you've got to save them all.
Ooh, that feels like a meme. Right? Like, but how many people are like, I don't want to, because then I will become a slave. Like, I don't want to be aware of it. I don't want to play with it. I don't want to, because then I have to deal with it all the time. Blah, blah, like all that kind of. There we go. Yeah.
Well, let's carry on with this analogy of people with bodies, people without bodies. I'm downtown, and you can literally see, like when I was walking for breakfast, there's a homeless person sleeping in a storefront doorway recess. And I can walk by that person and I can notice them and include them in my world. And then you watch other people walk by and they have to like put blinders on because they don't want to see that, because they think they might be responsible for doing something, or who knows. But I can walk by that person and include them energetically, if you guys can get that vibe. I just noticed my heater is turning on again, so if you notice a noise, that's what that is.
Not good.
I can.
It sounded like a woo of like a.
So I get to stay really expanded because I can include that person, and that's different than someone walking down the street with blinders on, right? They're having to shrink their world down to not see what they don't want to see. That's people with bodies. So now do that. Now include in your awareness people without bodies. Do you have blinders on because you don't want to see? What kind of contraction is that creating in your life? Is that intensifying fear, or is that helping fear to dissipate? When you take those blinders down, when you're inclusive, when you're like, oh, hey, I can be aware of you and I don't have to do, you're not even relevant to my life.
You know what I love about that analogy so much is that the blinders on, like, so homeless person, to me, that's scarier, because then I have less awareness of will he do harm? Do I have to move across the street, or is there something I can contribute to him that would work for me? Like, so I'm like, barriers down for me is like the safest place you can be.
You've got all of you. Mm-hmm. You're potent, Cassie. You're not like Cassie, pathetic Cassie.
No, that's cool.
And it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen all at once. I had some come to Jesus moments where I would get off conversations with these really potent people, and I'd realize that they kind of just gave me the hand and walked away. Mm-hmm. And I would have to just like sit with myself, realize, be honest with myself about what I was being right there and what I actually want to be in the future. Is it working? Is it who I want to be? Mm-hmm. Or is there something greater that I actually can step into?
That's pretty cool. And another thing you'd said about like you were showing the book and there's so many tools.
Yeah.
I love that too, because there's other kind of things out there that I've seen, and it's like, it's very much if this, then this. And what I like about Talk to the Entities, there's a little bit of that to give you some guidance, but you have to, just like every person, I can't be like, every time I'm with a female, I be this way. Because it's like every woman will be different, right? Yeah. So it's like every spirit, every situation, even it could be the same spirit in a different time, a different situation, you have to be able to address it uniquely to that moment. And I love that the Talk to Entities has empowered me with that as well. It's not just like, okay, I can reference this equals this, this equals this. It's like I also have the awareness and the ability to ask the questions and to apply different, like you were saying, try different things. Like you're okay, I'll apply this tool. Oh, okay, that didn't really work. Like, what else can I try? It's just such a gift, this body of work. Yeah.
Yeah. It's such a gift having yourself, like access to your own strength.
Yeah. Ooh, can you talk? And I know we should probably get off soon, but yeah. And plug, guys, Linda's facilitating today, and it's online. You all can hop on, and you can get some of those delicious tools we're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't lose it. Where'd it go? I was like, we shouldn't talk about it, and then
we shouldn't talk about it.
I want to.
Where is it?
Where did it go? Having you tools. Damn it. You guys talk. I'll think about it. It'll come back.
They have like a tool, a saying, an access consciousness of everywhere you think that you're wrong, you're actually strong. So I wonder if it could be a little bit of like everywhere you think you're pathetic, you're actually really perhaps potent, that has gotten like twisted and used against you, used to shut you down rather than like expose the brightness of your being.
Yes, this is actually exactly what I was going to ask you. You're so psychic. Still psychic, Linda. You're still psychic.
Still psychic.
With about capacities, because a lot of people, they're like, oh, like it's a burden, but they're not looking at it as like, how cool is it that you can perceive entities? Like that's a capacity. And like you were just saying, like that wrongness to strongness. Like, yeah. So is there any more? Like, what else could you share? If people are like terrified, should they be going, maybe I have capacities in this area? Or
well, I wonder if they could even just ask a question. Like, am I stronger than I think I am? What if I could be greater than I am right now? What if who I've defined myself as by my past experiences isn't the whole story? And what could I choose to be just a little bit greater today than I was yesterday?
I love it.
So you can come on camera, or you can come online, and you don't even have to be on camera. You could totally hide. You actually wouldn't even have to come to class. You could just listen to the recording after.
That's a good point.
Because a little step can be a big step.
Yeah. I love, because this is an introduction class, right? That's what we call it. But it has the energy of it will be whatever it needs to be for every person individually. It doesn't have, to me, it doesn't have that like, oh, it's just an intro class. So someone that has maybe done a lot of entity work won't get anything out of it.
Yeah.
I really get like it's going to be giant. Scarlett.
Sorry, she's finding every squeaky toy. Like, no, it stopped.
You see her, Scarlett?
Yeah.
I love that, because I think that's kind of what we've been talking about. Like nothing is one size fits all. So maybe this is like an kind of everything class that can be anything.
Yeah.
Yay. So if you need,
so excited. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you're ready for a teeny tiny step, that's a big step. Please take it. If you're ready for a really big leap, please take it.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you, Linda. Thank you for facilitating this class. It's going to be in like how many hours? What's math? 2.5 hours. Boom.
Dude.
Look at me. I did that. 2.5 hours online. We'll put a link in the description. Yeah. And yeah, I would love for more people to just have these tools and have more of them. Like it's just such a gift. And you're such a gift.
Thank you to anybody who has like engaged with these videos. Thank you so much to Cassie and to Chris. Like what a gift you guys are. Scarlett, thank you.
Yeah.
I think this should be interesting in class, trying to keep her calm for 2 hours.
Totally.
Oh. Okay, thank you everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
See you later.